I'm loving Mario Strikers Battle League so far. I think it's a fantastic Mario Sports game, and I'm loving it. That said, there's definitely a lack of content when it comes to this game. Don't get me wrong, the core gameplay is absolutely phenomenal, and I love it. But there's definitely some changes that could be made, as the game still has some flaws. So, anyways, in this video, I'm going to be talking about 5 things I would change or add to Mario Strikers Battle League. Let's get into it. The first thing I would add to Mario Strikers Battle League is having more control over Boom Boom. It's no secret that people really hate the fact that you can't really control the Mad Lad, and definitely want to have more freedom when it comes to playing as Boom Boom. The most control you have over him is when a CPU player initiates a special strike and you have to mash A to block it, which barely makes a difference whether you mash A or not. I definitely think more control over Boom Boom could work for the game. What I mean is maybe if the ball rolls to him, you could at least choose which player you kick it to, or maybe you could actually switch to him when the CPUs are close to your net. I don't know, however it would work, I think more control over Boom Boom in some way, shape, or form would definitely be a very smart idea for the game, as having little control over him kind of makes it a bit random whether you're going to do good or not, because it feels like CPUs either never score or always score. And same goes for you. It feels like sometimes Boom Boom will block all of your shots or will just not do anything. And it's really kind of random. And I think at least his AI could be improved so that way it takes a lot more for him to not be able to block the ball. Whether it's through being able to play as him or from his AI being improved, I think just a better Boom Boom would make a better Mario Strikers Battle League. The biggest area I would say Mario Strikers Battle League is lacking in is the stadiums. Sure, it's kind of cool how you pick one and they join together. I get it. It's cool. It looks interesting and just kind of allows for more freedom. But my god, is it boring. There's no stage hazards. Every stadium is the same apart from the look. And it's just kind of boring. I mean, look at Mario Strikers Charged. That game had all the stadiums from the original Mario Strikers on the GameCube, on top of many more ones to add, and each one was very unique and interesting and had a lot to offer. And I think it's just kind of boring the way that there's basically nothing that sets these stadiums apart. Now, you might be thinking, okay, if they merge together, then what are you talking about? Because obviously, two sides of the field would have different stage hazards. But imagine how cool that would be. One half of the stadium could have ghosts or Luigi's Mansion stuff for the spooky mansion side, and the other half could have lava sprouting up. It would allow for so much possibility in matches, and would allow for so much different scenarios or stuff that could happen in each match. For I don't know, the royal castle thing, there could be something interesting there, or the mushroom thing, there could be goombas, or I don't really care, just something that sets the stadiums apart would allow for a much better experience. And maybe even throwing in some classic stadiums too that don't merge together would also be kind of interesting as well. So I think more interesting stadiums or stage hazards, something like that, would definitely improve Mario Strikers Battle League a lot. This is one a lot of you are probably going to be expecting, but more game modes or stuff to do outside of the main game would be a huge game changer for this game. Because the only thing you can do outside of the main game, which is obviously just quick matches, is cup battles, which is just a series of quick matches, and online, which is quick matches with people that are going to be better than you at the game. So I think something like mini games or event matches, I don't know what there would be for mini games, something like the ring challenge from Mario Sports Superstars or something like that, or something from an event match, where there are certain requirements or certain conditions, a certain character you have to play as, something like that. Anything that could spice the game up a little bit more besides just playing quick matches. I mean, don't get me wrong, the core game is fine. I love playing just a battle, like just being able to pick a random team of characters and pick another random team and then fight or play soccer, whatever. But it definitely, the game definitely needs, I'd go as far to say, more game modes, because the game does get boring after a while if you're just doing the same thing over and over again. This point kind of ties into the last one, and I'll explain that in a second. I definitely think more ways to make coins in this game would be a game changer. Or maybe not necessarily a game changer, but it make things a whole lot easier. I haven't had problems with getting coins in this game yet so far, but I feel as the game goes on and I start playing it less and less, when new characters and new gear start to come out more, I won't be able to pay for them as much, and I'll have to play a lot of quick matches to get my coins up, because the only way you can make coins in this game are by playing offline, online, or cup battles, and once you do all of those once, they become very hard to actually make coins off of. What I mean is, you have to, like, for cup battles, after you beat the cup once, the amount of coins you get for beating it a second time go down, which sort of makes sense, but it also just makes things a lot more difficult and just a bit more confusing and unnecessary. And like with online, it's not a huge amount of coins you're making, and offline, again, it's not a huge amount. So while this isn't a problem now I have with the game, it's definitely something I could see being a problem in the future once the game kind of, it kind of just blends in with the crowd more and more games come out and I'm not playing it as much and new stuff comes out for it. So when I go back to it, I just don't have a way to make coins. But the big thing is, though, like, it kind of ties in with my last point. Like, if there were mini games or event matches or something else, like maybe a mini game based off of getting coins, then it'd make getting coins a whole lot more easier and just make things a lot simpler or a lot easier, a lot better. I think something like that could just be an improvement upon the game. The last thing I would change or add to Mario Strikers Battle League is an incentive to play online. I haven't played online for maybe about a few weeks now for Mario Strikers Battle League because I don't really feel an obligation to. Now, I do have a Strikers Club. The code should be at the top of the screen now or at some point in this clip. I forgot what it is at the moment, but you are welcome to join. And yeah, my problem with online mode is the only reason you play is to get that currency. I forget what it's called at the moment. It's I'm just gonna call it money as if it were. And you buy stuff to upgrade your stadium. And all this stuff, like, I mean, a lot of the stuff doesn't cost much, but it's also very hard to notice. Like, I'm looking more for stuff like that will, like, I'm saving up for Lava Castle 2 Stadium, which makes a big improvement upon the stadium, makes it look a lot more interesting and not just a bit more boring. And that's like a noticeable change, but I haven't been able to get that yet because you have to grind online mode for a long time. And especially, I hate online, especially because I'm not afraid to admit I'm not the best at this game, but I mean, I've maybe won 3 rounds the whole time, and I'm not ashamed to admit that, but it is a problem when the game constantly pairs you with people who are better than you. And who knows, maybe I'm extremely bad at the game, and everyone else I'm being paired with is just average, and I'm just really bad. But the fact that I've won maybe 3 games the whole time I've played online, and the fact that all of them were very close just kind of goes to show either I'm very bad or the game just pairs you with like the best players in the world. And it's probably a bit of both. I feel like I get paired with people who are higher divisions than me, which I'm not sure if that's supposed to happen or not. It just doesn't really seem fun when, sure, like I wouldn't say I'm a sore loser. I used to be for sure when I was younger. Not so much now. But it's just not fun when you're constantly losing. When no matter what you do, you're going to lose. And it's not a very fun game. It's not very good for just like a game, like, because you don't want to lose every time when you play a game. If you're going to lose every time, then why would you play the game? And again, this is just a personal problem I have. But yeah, I just think, and I know I'm going into just being bad at the game, but there's more to it. And yeah, that's my main point, is just I feel like when you're bad at the game, there's no incentive to play online. And I think another reason why online isn't very fun to play is just because you're constantly doing quick matches. And I know that's what the game is. I've said that many times. And I'm fine with that because, I mean, it's a great game with great core gameplay. But again, when you're constantly just doing that and you're just going to lose every time, what's the point? There's really no reason to play online. And even when the only thing you'll ever win from doing good online or actually participating is going up a division or getting some of that money to customize your stadium, it really isn't that fun and it just doesn't feel worth it. So I'd say adding more of an incentive to play online would be hands down the biggest thing I would change or add to Mario Strikers Battle League. And maybe online, like if they were to add mini games or event matches, stuff like that, maybe they can make some of them themed for online. That way there'd be a reason to play online or something like that. I don't know, just anything that isn't what it is now, because online now just is a really unfun experience for me, and just a very boring experience as well, and I just really don't enjoy it. I'm sure there are people out there that love playing this game online, but when they kind of overhyped it with strikers clubs and all that stuff, and it was just kind of a letdown, and it wasn't fun. And I know this, I probably went on longer about this than I should have, but this is hands down the most disappointing part of the game for me. And if they were to change anything about this game, this would be number one on my list for sure. So if you'd like to join my Strikers Club, you are more than welcome. There will be probably, I might put the code in the description. I'm not sure yet. If not, it should be at some point it should be visible at some point in this clip. Yeah, so I'd say that'd be number one on my list. But again, if you join my Strikers Club, I can't promise you I'll be online for a lot of it. Anyways, so yeah, that's my rant about online. Okay, I think I went on about online for a little bit too long. Probably chopped up the length of this video way longer than it should have been. But that's okay, it happens sometimes. It was worth it. I needed to kind of get that out. Anyways, like and subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.